Addressing the needs and interests of Fort Hood's Army families, this is Family Focus. I'm Angie Malone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. In this edition of Family Focus, you'll find out about what happened when Extreme Makeover Home Edition hit Central Texas, and we'll learn about a really cool women's organization that's all about embracing faith and support called the Protestant Women of the Chapel. We'll also see what happened at this year's Celebration of Love event and sit down with Chaplain Beltz, who is here to discuss the Family Life Chaplain Center. By now, many of you have seen the big Extreme Makeover Home Edition bus rolling in and out of town. Here's the story of how a national television show and a community of volunteers came together to help Staff Sergeant Patrick Ziegler and his wife into a brand new home. Even from the moment the Zieglers were surprised by celebrities busting out of two Bradleys at the First Cab Museum, plans and preparations for their dream home had begun many months before.
Seeing the story, and it was just such a, the love of this couple, being able to build a house for them so they could go to and live in and have their friends and family support them is, I think, a worthwhile cause. And it's what we do. We build homes, and we build homes for people to center their lives around.
There was a slew of Central Texas volunteers and local businesses that contributed to the success of the Extreme Makeover Home Edition process.
It's an honor to be able to help a Fort Hood soldier anytime, anyway. So it was an easy decision. Designers came in on Monday, looked around, took a lot of pictures, and then they came back on Friday morning and made the final decision on what it is that they wanted. And then we started loading our trucks, and we sent 2 full truckloads out here.
It's me and my dad, and then there's 2 other guys out there that are helping me out. We're out here when we're doing the trim carpentry, so we helped on that. And today, basically, what we're doing is we're just doing whatever they want us to do. We're doing a little bit of siding work, a little bit of framing work, trim work on the outside, basically anything.
Local efforts were not just limited to the Central Texas area. This was a statewide undertaking.
It's quite a project building this house in a week, and so we put a call out to not only our contractors, but their subcontractors, suppliers, many of whom are our members around the state, and so we've got folks coming from all over the state to participate on it.
With the tragedies and struggles that Ziegler and his wife have had to endure, the design crew hopes to supply the couple with some sense of stability and hope.
Our mission here, if we can talk in military terms, is to build this young couple a home that works for them, that puts them on a path that this love that they started in Hawaii and that has worked through so many things, him going off to Iraq right after that and then coming back here and the tragedies that happened here at Fort Hood. I think that if we build them, Jessica even talked about it this morning, she talked about a strong foundation that they started with. I think if we can build them a home on a strong foundation, that they will do the rest.
Reporting from Salado, Texas, Angie Malone, 3 Corps Public Affairs. That was great. Living the military life can oftentimes get stressful and overwhelming for many women just trying to deal with daily responsibilities. Watch as I take you to Comanche Chapel to learn about a faith-based organization of women that boasts big numbers and an even bigger passion for sharing religious support. The Protestant Women of the Chapel seek to provide an outlet of togetherness for military women and military spouses. Upon first arrival to a military post, it's the first thing at the top of the to-do list.
But that's where I'm going to go to meet some women, and so from the first time I went, I was just welcomed in. It was like I had met sisters, and so everywhere we've gone since then, I've gone straight to PWOC.
The ladies meet for a session of praise and worship, Bible study, food, and fellowship.
The military is such a unique thing, and I don't know how anybody makes it without God. The stuff that we have to go through as Army wives is just, it's so hard, and I know I couldn't do it without God. And the first time that I was in a PWOC, I knew when my husband got deployed, okay, I've heard about this, I'm going to go see what this is, and helped me grow so much. Things that I got closer to God. It was almost like it was amazing what PWOC did for me. It's like, it was almost like, was I even saved before?
The PWOC, as they're called for short, is a large, vibrant group. They fall under the Garrison Chaplain's office and offer many services for those seeking faith-based support from their peers.
Protestant Women of the Chapel and MCCW offers a chance for them to have anchors and connections with women who have been there, done that, and have their faith to draw from. And so they're a very powerful organization that we have. It's also one of the fastest growing organizations that we have. We've seen the numbers grow exponentially for Protestant Women of the Chapel this last year. And what we're really excited about is we have a lot of young women coming and being a part of this, and they're making this a part of their life. And we're helping them to realize the importance of their spirituality in their lives.
Even longtime members of the club have their favorite aspects of this spiritual journey.
Praise and worship, hands down. I love praise and worship. But I love seeing new faces. I love seeing women with kids that come in, and I like seeing that look on their face like they don't know. You know, like they need a hug or they don't know what to expect. I love to go up to those people and let them know who I am and what I stand for. Because you never know when it's that one person that was at their breaking point before they walked in here and you made their day, and it wasn't even you, it was Christ in you, and that's the awesome part.
The group gathers every Tuesday at 9 a.m. inside Comanche Chapel and Thursday evenings at 6:30 p.m. There is free child care for kids 5 and under, and even care provided for homeschoolers.
If you've never been to a PWOC, come. If you've been going forever and you just haven't come here, come, check it out, and you won't be disappointed.
Reporting from Fort Hood, Angie Malone, 3 Corps Public Affairs. Coming up in the next few weeks, we'll also take a look at another faith-based organization called the Military Council of Catholic Women. This group also serves as a spiritual outlet for Catholics on post. Coming up after the break, we'll talk to Chaplain Chaplain Beltz and find out about the Chaplain Family Life Training Center at Fort Hood and why it's a great resource for Army families. Stay right here. You're watching Family Focus.
Hi, I'm Leanne Toohey. Many of you know me from the movie The Blind Side, but this season I'm a designer on Extreme Makeover Home Edition. I want to wish all the families at Fort Hood a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you for what you do. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, we love you, and many, many blessings in 2011. Thanks.
I'm Gary Sinise. Most of you know me as Lieutenant Dan in the movie Forrest Gump or from TV's CSI New York. I hope you also know how honored I am to be in the company of soldiers, and how sad I am when I hear about warriors who waste their lives through suicide. Suicide is not the answer. Suicide is final. It robs you of your chance for a better life. Suicide is heartbreaking to your family and your battle buddies. It's heartbreaking to me. You are our nation's finest citizens, and we need all of you. Sometimes the most courageous act is reaching out for help. Just know that someone will be there to lend a helping hand. If you are feeling suicidal, reach out. Reach out right now.
Welcome back. I'm joined in the studio by Chaplain Beltz, who's from the Family Life Chaplain Training Center. He's here to talk to us about the resources they have available, and I just want to say thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Please start off by telling me what exactly the Family Life Chaplain Training Center is and why someone would want to use it.
Well, the Family Life Chaplain Training Center has been here at Fort Hood for 13 years. We offer counseling services to family members, individuals, and couples. Do a great deal of marriage counseling, which is very, very needed for soldiers and their families, considering the deployment cycles and the stresses that are on Army families.
Now, exactly what happens when a couple comes to the center?
We have 8 chaplains, and we have a number of civilian interns that provide counseling there too. And so really you have your choice if you'd like to see a chaplain for counseling, or perhaps you'd like to see maybe a individual civilian intern for counseling. So you'd have your choice, on who you'd like to work with. And then it's just the normal therapeutic relationship that you'd have with a counselor. So it's really kind of based on the therapist and the couple or the individual or the family, really what's going to work best for them as far as their therapy goes.
Now, some people associate a chaplain with just the church and faith and ministry and things like that. Is that true? I mean, do chaplains do other things, or do we just go to a chaplain if we're looking for maybe faith guidance?
Well, I think the important thing to remember is that as chaplains, we meet you on your own level of spirituality. And so we have some individuals and couples who seek out spirituality or religious or pastoral counseling. But also as chaplains, we're cognizant of the fact that God is in the room. God is with us in that counseling session. So really we meet our clients on their level of spirituality. Sometimes the chaplain will offer to pray. Sometimes the client will ask the chaplain to pray for them. And sometimes maybe we'll use references from the Bible. But not always. Again, it's at the level and the comfort of the individual that we're working with.
Okay. If you can, tell me something about, I guess, a little bit about the workshops that you offer at the center.
Well, we have a number of different workshops. The first one is Marriage 101, which we offer on a monthly basis. And that really is for couples who are engaged, sort of a premarital counseling. Also couples who have been married maybe for a couple of years. The workshop tries to build, or the focus is that it's to build a strong foundation and some of the basic skills that couples might need for their marriage. Communication skills, some other things like, who takes out the trash and how many children we want. You'd be surprised at the number of couples that get married and they don't talk about some of those basic things that really should be talked about before you say I do.
Okay. And so we have Marriage 101. Anything else?
Marriage 101, and the other thing about that is that once you finish the course, it's a one-day workshop, you get a certificate of completion and you take that down to the courthouse and you get a discount on your marriage license.
Oh, nice.
So that's another good incentive for people to attend the workshop. The other workshop that we have is Children in the Middle. That one is for couples who are going through divorce. That is required by the state of Texas, from what I understand, for at least one parent to attend that class. And what the Children in the Middle, what the focus of that course, that workshop is, helping parents be better parents to their children as they're going through a divorce, because oftentimes we see it's the children that suffer the most when parents are divorcing.
Wow. And once again, you're saying that this course is probably required by the state of Texas?
I believe so.
What is it called again?
It's called Children in the Middle.
Okay. Any other workshops that you offer over there at the center?
We do, also we're doing now a fair recovery program. And so we're finding that there's a number of soldiers and spouses that have gone through an infidelity in their marriage. Sometimes one partner, sometimes both partners have been unfaithful. And the couple realizes that they